Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Hare Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya 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 Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari 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 Bol Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome once again to our monthly Bhajan Sandhya evening. Thank you for everyone who's dialed in. And much of the northern India at the moment and much of the Hindu community around the world at the moment is celebrating what is called as a Navaratri, or special time of the year where they worship and offer prayers to the feminine energy of the Lord, known as Mother Durga. So in ISKCON also we give a lot of respect to the women devotees, and much has been said about some very, very accomplished women devotees, and there's a lot that we take away as learnings from devotees like Kunti Maharani, Devaki, and in fact there are some books that have been written also to glorify the importance of women devotees and how we can learn from their examples. There is a wonderful book called Vaishnavi and the Women in Krishna Consciousness. This is one. And then Srila Prabhupada's, among Srila Prabhupada's initial disciples, there were a lot of women devotees. They have put together a very wonderful personal account, and it's called A Bond of Love, Srila Prabhupada and his daughters. Some of the initial disciples, they've put their personal account of how they worked with Prabhupada and how they received his personal love and affection. So in line with that, today we are in Bhajan Sandhya also celebrating women power. All the kirtaniers and all the bhajan singers today are women. So we've taken note of that. And you might want to observe that nearly 50% of the attendance today is also women. So women are no less than the men in any field, including here at ISKCON Manchester. So thank you once again for being a part of this wonderful Bhajan Sandhya tonight. Without further ado, we will kick off, and we will start with Maushami Mataji. Maushami Mataji, what is the, well, first of all, welcome. And I hope you're well. And what is the name of the bhajan you're presenting today?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Haribol.
Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Radhe
Shri
Jai.
Radhika Stuti.
Yeah, wonderful. Once again, glorifying the feminine energy of the Lord in line with the theme. So I'm going to bring up this song, and it's a short song, short bhajan. We'll first try and read the translation. So let me see if I can bring it up on the screen for everyone. I have the share screen rights. Okay, share screen. Okay, so let me have a show of hands if you can see the screen. Can you see the screen? Perfect. Okay, good. So if we can have a volunteer, maybe, Drishti, if you're available, would you like to read the translation? Drishti Devi?
Yes, there might be some background noise, but sure, I can read.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
O Radha, O beloved of Madhava, O you who are worshipped by all the young girls of Gokula, all glories unto you, all glories unto you. You who dressed yourself in such a way as to increase Lord Damodara's love and attachment for you. O Queen of Vrindavan, which is the pleasure grove of Lord Hari. O new moon that has arisen from the ocean of King Vrishabhanu. O friend of Lalita, O you who make Vishaka loyal to you due to your wonderful qualities of friendliness, kindness, and faithfulness to Krishna. O you who are fulfilled with compassion, O you whose divine characteristics are described by the great sages Sanaka and Sanatana. O Radha, please be merciful to me.
Hey, Krishna. So this is a very, very wonderful, sweet little rendition put together by Rupa Goswami, none other than Sri Rupa Goswami. Much of the teachings we have in ISKCON today are penned down from direct instructions by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by Rupa Goswami, which is why in Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya we are also referred to as Rup Anugas, or followers of the teachings of Srila Rupa Goswami. So he is the author or the composer of this beautiful song, Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Okay, so Shama Mataji, over to you if you would like to just take us into the singing of this beautiful bhajan. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. 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 गोकुल तरुणी मंडल मोहिते गोकुल तरुणी मंडल मोहिते जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते गोकुल तरुणी मंडल मोहिते गोकुल तरुणी मंडल मोहिते जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते दामोदर रति बरधन वेश दामोदर रति बरधन वेश हरि निष्कट वृंदा विपिनेश हरि निष्कट वृंदा विपिनेश जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते वृषभानु दधि नव शशि लेखे वृषभानु दधि नव शशि लेखे ललित सखी गण रमित विशाखे ललित सखी गण रमित विशाखे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते गोकुल तरुणी मंडल मोहिते गोकुल तरुणी मंडल मोहिते जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते करुणाकरुमयि करुणा भरिते करुणाकरुमयि करुणा भरिते सनत सनातन वर्णित चरिते सनत सनातन दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते गोकुल तरुणी मंडल मोहिते गोकुल तरुणी मंडल मोहिते जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा प्रभु
Hare Krishna. That was very, very wonderful. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Beautiful. Oh Radha, oh beloved of Madhava, oh you who are worshipped by all the young girls of Gokula. All glories unto you, all glories unto you. So Radharani is glorified here and her wonderful qualities are being referred to. And we understand as Vaishnavas, Radharani is the topmost devotee. She's the pleasure potency of the Lord, and her only occupation, her only business is to engage in activities that please Krishna. There is a reference in the first verse, Damodara Rati Varadana Vese. So we are just about to enter the month of Kartik later in October. And in the month of Kartik, Krishna is referred to as Damodar. Dama means rope and Udar means the belly. So the Lord who appears in the tiny baby form and is bound with ropes by his mother, that Damodar. So wonderful description of the qualities of Srimati Radharani as the topmost devotee, and how she captivates the heart of all her associates with her amazing qualities. So she's the perfect example of a topmost devotee, with her primary occupation being to please the Lord. And we have a whole lot to learn as practitioners ourselves. Thank you, Mataji. I'm reading some commentary on this bhajan, and it says, there is a meter, there is a tone in which a certain bhajan or a song is sung, and it says here, this song is usually rendered in Raga Durga by most devotees. So again, reference to a glorification of the feminine energy of the Lord in Raga Durga. Durga Devi, we understand, is a very dear servant of Lord Krishna, and Durga refers to a fort, and Durga refers to the person who's in charge of looking after that fort where all of us living beings are prisoners and are serving our term. And she's very, very sincere in her services, and she checks each one of us. When we try and show some sincerity, she tests us. That's her job, to ensure that everyone who claims to be a devotee is tested properly, and only then given access to Krishna and his mercy. So all glories to Radharani, and all glories to all the Vaishnava devotees, female devotees of Lord Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Moshumi Mataji is a trained dancer, and she's got qualification in traditional classical dancing, and she also is a wonderful singer, as we've just observed. And she's available for consultation in singing and dancing if anybody is interested. Thank you, Moshmi Mataji, for taking the time to be with us today. Moshmi Mataji is also aspiring to be a disciple of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, and she's currently seeking his shelter. So please pass on your best wishes to her, that she receives His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj's shelter very soon, and then she can eventually get initiation from Jayapataka Maharaj. Thank you, Moshmi Mataji. She's also not fully well, but we've somehow been fortunate that she's taken time out from her schedule and be with us tonight. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay, so we progress, and that brings us to the second bhajan of the night. Can I request Sita Devi to come up next, and please share the second bhajan for the night. And Prayerani Mataji, I know your bhajan is the most wonderful, so we'll keep the best for the last. So, Sita Mataji, Sita Devi, what is the bhajan that you are sharing with us today?
Hare Krishna, Pranam Savyo. The bhajan is it's called Deva Di Deva, and it's by Gauridas Pandit. Do you want me to share the screen?
I'll try and bring it up myself, okay. But can I find it on Kiki Songs or?
Yeah, you will be.
Okay, so Deva Di Deva. Yeah, if you could just describe the bhajan a little bit while I bring the lyrics up.
Yeah, sure. Actually, I'll talk about Gauridas Pandit.
Yes,
and
please.
So he was an associate of the Lord, of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Actually, he's if you know Krishna and Balaram's pastimes, then he is Subal. So they have a really beautiful, loving relationship, Gauranita and Gauridas Pandit. So he used to live at Ambika Kalna. So you would have to get a boat to cross the Ganges, basically, from Shantipur. I'll tell a quick pastime. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going to take sannyas, and he went to visit Gauridas Pandit with Nityananda Prabhu. And on the way, so they like paddled the boat by themselves. And when they got there, they went to visit him, and he said, oh, like, as soon as he got there, he gave him the oar with which he was paddling the boat. And he was like, okay, take this and like remember me by it, because I'm gonna go and preach now, and I'm taking sannyas. And then Gauridas Pandit was like distraught. He was like, what, you can't leave me, like I'm gonna basically like I'm gonna lose my very life if you leave me, please don't leave me. And he was distraught. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was like, it's okay, like you can serve me, you know, still I will still be with you, but you can serve me in our deity form. And he was like, no. And he was like, no, you have to give up this, you have to understand that I have to take sannyas. So anyway, he gave him these beautiful deities, and the temple is still there today. Those deities are still there. That oar, the oar with which Mahaprabhu used to paddle the boat, is still there as well in this beautiful temple in Ambika Kalna. So and yeah, there's many pastimes like that where they had such beautiful loving exchanges, and Gauridas Pandit used to serve these deities so like his very life, and so beautifully. So this bhajan is it's just glorifying Gauridas Pandit's worship, actually, how he worshipped them, how we would see his deities, and it's very inspirational for us. Especially if we all have deities at home, and what kind of mood we can serve them in. So yeah, there's also a pastime where actually Mahaprabhu said to Gauridas Pandit, he was like, hey Subal, he like addressed him with that name. He was like, do you remember when we used to frolic in the groves of Vrindavan? And then Gauridas Pandit was like, oh yeah, and then they all just transformed then and there in the forms of Krishna, Balaram and Subal, and then there was this beautiful pastime of them as if they were in Vrindavan. So there's lots of beautiful pastimes actually like that. And there's also a drama I came across actually as well. I'll put the link here, you can, if you fancy all watching. Anyway. So,
thank you for sharing. Wonderful. It's a different mood, you know. So far all the bhajans we've sung are either glorifying the Lord or his devotees, but here this a bhajan where it's referring to deity worship, or how to look after the deity form of the Lord. So it'll be nice to hear. Could you possibly share the link? I'm struggling to find it online, and then I can share it for all of us. Thank you. Okay, yes, we've got it, 5 verses, and I just wanted to quickly acknowledge once again all devotees who've taken time to be with us. I can see there is Damodar Vilas Prabhu all the way from India. It must be pretty late in the night for you, Prabhuji.
No, he's back.
He's back.
Hare
Krishna.
I'm back. Hare Krishna.
Nice to see you. Wonderful. That's very, very good news. Okay, so Damodar Vilas Prabhu is back with us after being away for a fairly long time. So thank you, everyone. Let's just get into the bhajan for the night. I'll share my screen. So any volunteers, can I ask perhaps, yeah, 1 second.
are you sharing the screen, Prabhu? Or are you sharing?
Yeah, I'm just going to do that. 1 second. I just picked up your second message about darshan of Gauridas Pandit. This is loading. So, sorry, I'm not as expert as Gauranath Raj Prabhu. I'm just trying to copy him. So please bear with me. So this is Gauridas Pandit Prabhu.
So yeah, those are his deities. So beautiful.
Says Gauridas, my Murti form is as good as I am, said Lord Gauranga. We will forever remain in your home to accept your service. So messaging to us that deities are non-different from the Lord himself. And if you serve the deities in the house with love and affection, from personal experience, I can tell that they reciprocate with you. Wonderful. So let's get into the bhajan. Okay, Soumya, if you're there, would you like to read the translation for us?
Yes, sure, Prabhuji. Thank you. Shall I start?
Please, translation, yeah.
Okay, sure. The Lord of Lords, Sri Gaur Chandra, along with Nityanand Prabhu, is pleasurably engaged in his pastimes in Gaurdas Pandit's house in Ambika Kalna. Gaur Sundara adorns himself with a very beautiful red gunjamala which falls over his lotus heart. Brahma and Lakshmi worship his lotus feet with great respect. His body shines brilliantly like molten gold, and his cloth is saffron like the rising sun. He desires that Prema Bhakti like the Anurag of Srimati Radhika. The son of Shachi, Gaur Sundara, who is so joyful inside, is roaming about the Nityanand Prabhu, purifying the hearts of the atheists. Both Nityanand and Gaur Sundara are in the house of Gauri Das, who hopes that they will deliver all jivas.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Over to Sita Devi. Please take us into the singing of this beautiful bhajan.
Deva Gaurachandra Gauridasa Mandire Deva Gaurachandra Gauridasa Mandire Deva Gaurachandra Gauridasa Mandire Nityananda Sanghe Gaura Ambika Devi Hare Nityananda Sanghe Gaura Ambika Devi Hare Charuharuna Gunjahara Ritkamalake Hare Charuharuna Gunjahara Ritkamalake Hare Virinchi Sevya Pada Padma Lakshmi Sevya Sadhare Virinchi Sevya Padma Padma Lakshmi Sevya Sadhare Deva Deva Gaurachandra Gauridasa Mandire Tapta Hema Angakanti Pratarunayamare Tapta Hema Angakanti Pratarunayamare Radhikaya Prema Bhakti Vancha Kare Radhikaya Prema Bhakti Vancha Dhare Deva Gaurachandra Gauridasa Mandire Deva Gaurachandra Gauridasa Mandire Sachi Suta Gaurachandra Anandita Radhare Sachi Suta Gaurachandra Anandita Antari Pashanda Khanda Nityananda Sangaranke Vihare Pashanda Khanda Nityananda Sangaranke Vihare Devadeva Gaurachandra Gauridasa Madhire Devadeva Gaurachandra Gauridasa Madhire Nityananda Gaurachandra Gauridasa Madhire Nityananda Gaurachandra Gauridasa Mandire Gauridasa Karatarasha Sarva Jiva Udhare Gauridasa Karata Seva Karatarasha Sarva Jiva Udhare Deva Deva Gaurachandra Gauridasa Madhire Deva Deva Gaurachandra Gauridasa Madhire Nityananda Sangye Gaura Ambika Devi Hare Nityananda Sangye Gaura Ambika Devi Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, 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 Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya, Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya, Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya, Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya, Gurudev, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Deva di Deva. I'm going to try just the first one. Beautiful. I really liked it. Deva di Deva Gaura Chandra Gauri Dasha Mandire. Is that right?
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. I think it's a slightly different version that we've not heard before. Wonderful. And I was just thinking as you were singing it for us, the whole Krishna consciousness uh, movement is about educating people or allowing them or facilitating them to revive this forgotten connection with our source, the Lord. And the first element of reviving of connection is to recognize the person who you want to develop the connection with. So when you accept the personal form of the Lord, then you're more easily able to do more things to revive that connection, essentially. And having deities in the house allow you that opportunity. So anybody who doesn't have deities in the house, I'm sure everybody, most of you have, but anybody who doesn't, should we strongly recommend having deities in the house. And the opportunity having the deities in the house give really, really do wonders and take you a long way in establishing your relationship with the Lord in His deity form. Simple things like waking him up, putting him to bed, and singing glorifications while doing that, giving him daily showers, and as often as possible, changing the dresses, and at least once a day, preparing food stuff and offering to the Lord. And having these different interactions, they allow you to get closer and closer and develop that special bond with the Lord, who is so kindly present in His little deity form in your homes. We can't really handle any more than that. So if He was to come in His form, we're first of all not even eligible or qualified to see Him like that. But He's so kind, and Gauranita especially, who will accept anything. Not that you shouldn't strive for a good standard, but they are so merciful that they will accept even milk in cornflakes if you are not able to do a lot. Sometimes I just end up giving my Gauranita granola and milk in the morning and request them to just accept, because there's not much other than that. But yes, strongly recommend having deities in the house, and as often as possible taking time out to have these loving exchanges with the deity form, and that will go a long way to revive our connection, which is the goal of every living being. And once we get even a little bit connected and attached to the Lord and His personal form, then the purpose of life is fulfilled to a great extent. So thank you, Shita Devi, for sharing that beautiful bhajan and darshan of Gauridas Pandit's deities. Sita Devi is also a very talented devotee, and she's again a trained dancer, and we've seen a number of her performances in events in the past, and you've just also experienced how beautifully she sings. She's one of our best at ISKCON Manchester, and she's leading a lot of youth initiatives along with other younger devotees in the congregation. So we are very indebted to you for taking time out and for all you do to contribute to moving the mission forward for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much once again. So that brings us to the best part. Not that the first two were not great, but this is a beautiful, beautiful bhajan that Prayani Mataji has chosen for us. Prayani Mataji doesn't need any introduction. She's, for a long time, she's been the first lady of singing and bhajan renditioning for us. We've always looked upon to her. And while we are practicing our own devotional service from our own example, Radha Mohan Prabhu and Prayani Mataji have Radha Madan Mohan in their house. You know, we were just talking about having deities, and they have like the most amazing deities in this part of the world, apart from what we have in temples. So if you get a chance, and if you're in their good books, maybe you'll get an invite to see their beautiful deities. And it's a practical implementation of what we just learned in the second bhajan. So over to you, Prayani Mataji. Without further ado, it is Boro Sukhar Khabar Gai, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so do you want to just maybe comment a little bit about the bhajan while I bring it up, and why you've chosen to share that with us today?
I don't know why I chose, but I'm grateful for the opportunity, Prabhuji. And after hearing, such beautiful singers, I feel like, I don't know the bhajan. But, all the conclusion, you said that we have to do deity worship and approach the Lord. But unless you approach the Guru, you can't approach the Lord.
Yes.
And Nityanand Prabhu is our original Guru. And he, in this song especially, he's begging us to chant the holy name of the Lord. And he's asking us to chant Gaura. So it is our duty now to chant the holy name of the Lord. And without chanting, we can't do any service. If we are not chanting the holy name, the service, the attitude will not come. So that's, Lord Nityananda is telling us to do.
Wonderful. I think it's a very, very valid point, Mataji. Sometimes I've observed personally, and with others also, we get engrossed in the service element so much that we forget about the essentials in our devotional life, like chanting, etc. And you very rightly said that if we don't focus on our chanting, then we could be serving, but the right attitude to serve will be missing. And it is very important that we follow the instruction of the Guru and the Acharya, and of course Nityanand Prabhu is Adi Guru. So we need to listen to what he's saying. Thank you for highlighting that point, Mataji. I'll bring up the bhajan now.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And maybe we could have a volunteer. Who's Haribol? someone's logged in as Hari Bol. Perhaps we could ask Dhruv's mummy to read. Neelam, if you're available to read.
Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
You're tuned in. Wonderful. I'll just share the screen now.
Yes.
And then you could read the bhajan for us, the translation. Here you go.
Okay. Just a sec. I'm singing news of great holy tidings. Lord Nityanand himself has opened a marketplace of the holy name in Surabhi Kunj. He is selling the pure holy name in that marketplace for the price of only one's faith. Lord Nityanand, seeing all the devotees becoming attracted, is selling them the holy name after bargaining with them. Oh, brother, if you want the holy name, then come with me. We must go to that great soul Nityananda. You will get the name of Krishna. I will take my commission, and all of our desires will be fulfilled. Lord Nityananda is greatly merciful. Take only one's faith. He gives the highest ecstasy. If he sees only one's tears in the eyes while chanting the name Gora, then he gives everything to that person. He gives the pure teaching of Krishna to everyone, not caring for their birth, wealth, knowledge, and strength. Now, giving up the illusory snare of Maya, either remain in household life or in the forest as a sannyasi, for no more trouble remains. There is no more fear of the age of Kali. The merciful Nityananda gives the holy name to even the Chandaras. Bhakti Vinod calls out, except for the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, there is no other shelter.
Hari Bol. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Over to you, Prerani Mataji.
Okay. বড় সুখের খবর গাই, বড় সুখের খবর গাই, বড় সুখের খবর গাই, বড় সুখের খবর গাই। সুরভি কুঞ্জেতে নামের হাট খুলেছে,
সুরভি কুঞ্জেতে নামের হাট খুলেছে,
সুরভি কুঞ্জেতে নামের হাট খুলেছে,
সুরভি কুঞ্জেতে নামের হাট খুলেছে।
ঘোড়া নিতাই, ঘোড়া নিতাই, ঘোড়া নিতাই, ঘোড়া নিতাই, ঘোড়া নিতাই, ঘোড়া নিতাই,
ঘোড়া নিতাই, ঘোড়া নিতাই।
বড় মজার কথা তাই, বড় মজার কথা তাই,
বড় মজার কথা তাই, বড় মজার কথা তাই।
শ্রদ্ধা মূল্যে শুদ্ধ নাম সে হাতেতে বিকাশ,
শ্রদ্ধা মূলে
শুদ্ধ নাম সে হাতেতে বিকাশ, শ্রদ্ধা মূল্যে শুদ্ধ নাম সে হাতেতে বিকাশ,
শ্রদ্ধা মূলে শুদ্ধ নাম সে হাতে দিকায়।
ঘোড়া নিতাই, ঘোড়া নিতাই,
ঘোড়া নিতাই, ঘোড়া নিতাই।
ঘোড়া নিতাই, ঘোড়া নিতাই,
ঘোড়া নিতাই, ঘোড়া নিতাই।
যত भक्त वृंदवासी जत भक्त वृंदवासी
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 अधिकारे देखे नाम बेचे तारो काशी
अधिकारी देखे ना बेचे दारू काशी
घोड़ा नीताय घोड़ा नीताय
घोड़ा नीताय घोड़ा नीताय
घोड़ा नीताय घोड़ा नीताय
घोड़ा नीताय घोड़ा नीताय
जदि नाम किंबे बाय जदि नाम किंबे बाय
किंबे भाई यदि नाम किंबे भाई
আমার সঙ্গে চালো মহাজনের কাছে যাই
আমার সঙ্গে চলো মহাজনের কাছে যাই
আমার সঙ্গে চালো মহাজনের কাছে যাই
আমার সঙ্গে চলো মহাজনের কাছে যাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া
ঘোড়া নিতাই
তুমি কিনবে কৃষ্ণ নাম
কৃষ্ণ নাম তুমি কিনবে কৃষ্ণ নাম
দস্তুরি লইব আমি পূর্ণ হবে কাম
কস্তুরী লইব আমি পূর্ণ হবে কাম
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া
বড় দয়াল নিত্যানন্দ বড় দয়াল নিত্যানন্দ
নিত্যানন্দ বড় দয়াল নিত্যানন্দ
বড় দয়াল নিত্যানন্দ বড় দয়াল নিত্যানন্দ
দয়াল নিত্যানন্দ বড় দয়াল নিত্যানন্দ
শ্রদ্ধা মাত্র লয়ে দেন পরম আনন্দ
সদা মাত্র লয়ে দেন পরমানন্দ
শ্রদ্ধা মাত্র লয়ে দেন পরম আনন্দ
সদা মাত্র লয়ে দেন পরমানন্দ
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই
একবার দেখলে চক্ষে জাল একবার দেখলে চক্ষে জাল
চাকে জাল একবার দেখে চাকে জাল
গৌর বলে নিতাই দেন সকল সম্ভার
বলে নিতাই দেন সকল সম্ভার
গৌর বলে নিতাই দেন সকল সম্ভার
বলে নিতাই দেন সকল সম্ভার
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই
দেন শুদ্ধ কৃষ্ণ নাম দেন শুদ্ধ কৃষ্ণ শিক্ষা
দেন শুদ্ধ কৃষ্ণ শিক্ষা দেন শুদ্ধ কৃষ্ণ শিক্ষা
জাতি দান বিদ্যা বল না করে অপেক্ষা
জাতি দান বিদ্যাবান না করে অপেক্ষা
জাতি দান বিদ্যা বল না করে অপেক্ষা
জাতি দান বিদ্যাবান না করে অপেক্ষা
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই
के जंजाल
गृह ठाकुर वने ठाकुर नाथा के जंजाल
गृह ठाकुर वने ठाकुर नाथा के जंजाल
गृह ठाकुर वने ठाकुर नाथा के जंजाल
घोड़ा निताय घोड़ा निताय
घोड़ा निताय घोड़ा निताय
घोड़ा निताय घोड़ा निताय
घोड़ा निताय घोड़ा निताय
আর নাই তো কালির ভয় আর নাই তো কালির ভয় কাচণ্ডালে দেন নাম নিতাই দয়াময়
চন্দাল দেনে নাম নিতাই দয়াময়
কাচণ্ডালে দেন নাম নিতাই দয়াময়
চন্দালে দেনে নাম নিতাই দয়াময়
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া
ভক্তি বিনোদ ডাকি কর ভক্তি বিনোদ ডাকি কর
ভক্তি কই ভক্তি ভক্তি কই
নিতাই চরণ বিনা নাহি আশ্রয়
চরণ বিনা নাহি আশ্রয়
নিতাই চরণ বিনা নাহি আশ্রয়
চরণ বিনা নাহি আশ্রয়
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই
বড় সুখের খবর গায় সুরভি কুঞ্জেতে নামের হাত তুলেছে ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই গৌরা নিতাই গৌরা নিতাই হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
ঘোড়া নিতাই ঘোড়া নিতাই গৌরা নিতাই গৌরা নিতাই গৌরা নিতাই গৌরা নিতাই গৌরা নিতাই গৌরা নিতাই জয় গৌরা নিতাই জয় গৌরা নিতাই গৌরা নিতাই জয় গৌরা নিতাই জয় প্রভুপদা জয় প্রভুপদা জয় প্রভুপদা জয় প্রভুপদা नाम संकीर्तन की जय,
Jai.
प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।
Hari Hari Bo. Koranitai, Koranitai. Beautiful, Mataji. That was very, very nice. I remember listening to this bhajan first sung by Agnidev Prabhu, and he puts a lot of energy into it. Boro Shukur Kabur Gai, Kora Nitai. Kora Nitai, or translation tells us, is referring to Lord Nityanand Prabhu, who is acting as a broker of the holy name of the Lord. And in ISKCON Scotland, we have Kora Nitai and Mayapur Shashi deities. The deities in ISKCON Scotland are referred to by that name. And such easy, so simple it is for the sincere individual to attain the holy name. Lord Nityananda is sitting there as a broker, and he's bargaining with sincere individuals and saying, what is it that you have got? Have you got a little amount of faith? Have you got a tear in your eye? If so, come along. Do not worry about your background, your qualification, your skills, etc. If you are a little bit sincere and I can see it, I will give you the holy name of the Lord. So for the sincere individual, it's so simple, and Lord Nityanand Prabhu is personally, for the sincere devotee, sitting here as a broker of the holy name of the Lord and granting access to anybody who wants it with all their hearts. Beautiful. I think with all these three bhajans, we have very, very wonderfully set the tune for the right mood we should have as devotees as we get into the festival season. Next Friday is Vijayadashmi. We'll celebrate Vijayadashmi in person in the temple. Gauranath Rajprabhu will mention a little bit about that in a second. And then there'll be Karthik, where we'll absorb ourselves in the pastimes of the Lord and try and focus our consciousness in that way that our own sadhana bhakti is assisted and aided. So thank you all the devotees who took time to be present. We have over 20 people logged in, even 22, even at this point in time, late in the night. Thank you for taking the time out. Thank you once again for all the beautiful bhajan singers. Haribol to the women power of ISKCON Manchester. Hare Krishna. So yeah, over to you, Gauranath Prabhu, and thank you once again. Sorry, Prerna Mataji, did you want to
No.
add anything more on? You're okay. Haribol. Aman. Over to you, Gauranath Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Really appreciate it. It was fantastic. And we can see that you attracted so many people today on Zoom. Other days when we have Chaitanya Charitamrita, we were struggling with 8, 9, and we were almost begging devotees to come and join. But today there were so many devotees, wonderful, wonderful singers. It's a nice mix to have this Bhajan Sandhya. So thank you, Madhav Kumar Prabhu, for looking after this Bhajan Sandhya and engaging number of devotees. So thank you all the devotees, and as well as three Matajis who sang very nicely. As Madhav Kumar Prabhu said, there won't be any online class next Friday, as it is Ramchandra Vijayotsav, Dasara. So we'll be having an in-person festival in the temple, starting from 7. So there will be Katha, Kirtan, Prasadam. So please make a note of it and take time out to be with us that day. But in the meantime, this Sunday we have a class by Abhayankar Prabhu, who will be giving some tips to how we can advance in our spiritual life. So he's a very nice speaker. So please try and attend the class. Just a little note about this Sunday. There is a Greater Manchester Marathon going on, and so many roads are closed. So if you are planning to go to temple, please have a look at that road map and see how you can get there. And also, as Madhukmar Prabhu said, Kartik is, is starting from 21st of October, which is a Thursday. And there will be so many programs. And our Deenbandhu Prabhu has planned a structured series on 8 verses of Damodarashtakam prayer. We'll be covering from verse 1 to verse 8. There will be 8 different classes, Friday and Sunday as well. And there will be other festivals in the Kartik month. We will, inform you later. That's it for now. But just remember that no online class next Friday. It will be in the temple celebrating Ramchandra Vijayadashmi Dashera. That's it from my side. Thank you all. Hare Krishna. Anything else?
Yes, Prabhuji, Sita Devi's asked the question that I also wanted to ask. The Sunday's program, because devotees will struggle to get into the temple, will it be relayed live?
Yes, all our Sunday programs are relayed live unless there is a technical issue with our YouTube. I'm not sure. I have to ask Radha Mohan Prabhu. I know he's sitting next to Priyarani Mataji. Is there any issue now, or is it okay? Are we able to broadcast our temple program directly?
Hopefully, yes, Prabhuji. We found out the technical problem we had last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So last week we just managed at the end of the class, we just managed to fix it. So it went live. So this week, Krishna willing, we'll have the live broadcast from the temple.
Okay. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Pray for that. Okay. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Gauranitai ki jai. Radha Gokulananda Bhagavan ki jai.
Jai.
Vaishnav Vrinda ki
Jai.